What's good, Ravens fans? It's your boy JG, and we are back with another reaction video. Today, we are going to react to Rich Eisen talking to Mike Florio about the holdup between Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I think I know what the answer is. It's probably that money, the amount of guaranteed money, but I am not an expert. They are, so let's hear them talk.
Weeks since the Bengals bounced the Ravens. Tyler Huntley, by the way, looked really good in the Pro Bowl games quarterback accuracy challenge. That said, it's Lamar's gig, unless it's not. It's been 2 weeks since the Ravens held their press conference to end the season.
Don't tell me how people look with no pads on and no defense on, please. You think I got time for that, Rich? Come on now. Come on. Don't waste my time.
It makes complete sense that they're saying nothing. They don't have to. We'll see him at the Combine at the end of the month, beginning of March. What did happen, best you could tell, and what is happening with Lamar and the Ravens, Mike Florio?
ESPN reported at the start of the regular season that Lamar Jackson had been offered $133 million fully guaranteed by the Ravens. That's the biggest detail that's come out from whatever it was that the Ravens put on the table. And a couple of weeks ago, Ryan Clark reiterated that same report, I think without even realizing that it was already out there from Chris Mortensen from week one. $133 million, fully guaranteed, and you can compare that to Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson and say only $133.
Yeah, and I actually thought it did go up a little bit. I could be wrong. I thought I heard 150 somewhere, which is, again, still $80 million less than Lamar wants. But that's, just saying what I remember hearing. So
$3 million. Oh, my God. Now we know why Lamar Jackson said no. And the point I've been trying to get people to understand, until you have the full deal, you don't know how much, as a practical matter, is guaranteed when the contract is signed. And there's a very common device in big money contracts that we'll see. You've got the amount that's fully guaranteed at signing. Let's say it's 133 in Lamar Jackson's case. Then you've got an amount that is injury guaranteed but becomes fully guaranteed right after year one, just like the Derek Carr $40.4 million. It's not fully guaranteed at signing, but right after the first year, it is fully guaranteed. And they ain't going to cut Lamar Jackson after guaranteeing him $133 million and only 1 year of football. So that amount that vests the next year is highly relevant to understanding what really was on the table. And we've never seen what really was on the table for Lamar Jackson. The Ravens won't breathe a word of it, and Jackson / the NFLPA have been selective in what they've leaked. I think if we saw the full deal, we would probably, if we did a poll, we'd probably have 75% or more who think that Lamar Jackson should have taken it. The question now is, what gets put back on the table? Do they use the non-exclusive franchise tag to let him go out and try?
So let me just say something really quickly. I don't know what he means by 90% of people would have said take it. Why does Lamar Jackson have to be the only person not getting paid with everybody else getting paid? I don't understand that. I don't get it. Someone explain it to me. I need Joe Burrow to sign a contract, and I hope. I'm sorry, guys. I'm struggle streaming. I'm getting emotional. I'm knocking the camera over. I hope it's fully guaranteed, because then I need to see the excuses you guys are going to make. And not you guys. You guys are Ravens fans, but you guys are, you see the comments, guys. Sometimes y'all be going in on me, okay, because I want Lamar to get paid, and but it is what it is. I'm just super disappointed where we currently are, and I think being $100 million apart really sucks for the Ravens, sucks for Lamar, and makes it almost impossible to bridge that gap before the season starts. So, in my opinion.
Try to get that 5-year fully guaranteed contract that he has wanted ever since Deshaun Watson got his, and would the Ravens match it or just take 2 first-round draft picks as compensation? But that's the next big deadline here. What will the Ravens do if they don't work out a long-term deal, and I don't think they will? What will they do with the franchise tag? Non-exclusive and let him go look elsewhere, or exclusive for about $13 million more in 2023 and continue to hold his rights? He can't talk to anybody else. he plays for them or he plays for no one. So that's how it's going to play out over the course of the next month or so.
Unless you listen to the whispers that scream at you, there is no table. They're done with him. They're done with him. He's done with them. That's what was going on behind the scenes in the last month of the season. Anything?
Well,
what do you think?
Well, and that's not a surprise, but, it conflicts with what was said 2 weeks ago.
No doubt. It conflicts with everything that's been said publicly. It conflicts with
and I don't believe that they're done. Because for two reasons, right? One, Lamar wants the money. If you gave him fully guaranteed, if you give him what he wants, he'll take it, right? So he's not done. The Ravens may be done, but they have to know that if they don't have Lamar Jackson, they're 2 to 3 steps further away from a Super Bowl. And also, how do you hire? If you're an offensive coordinator, what do you this might lead us to not get the offense coordinator we want, right? Like Eric Bieniemy, right? A great choice. If you don't know who your quarterback is, do you take this job? Do you take this job when you think it's Lamar, but then it's end up to be Tyler Huntley? I'm just saying, right? I don't think you do. And I think that's going to prevent us from getting one of the best coordinators on the market. I think we will get a fine coordinator that's going to have to prove himself as a coordinator. Eric Bieniemy doesn't have to prove himself, right? The only thing he has to prove is he can be a head coach. But he doesn't have to prove if he can be a coordinator or not. That's the kind of guy I want to get, someone who doesn't have to prove it. But we'll see. It's scary, but I don't think they're done with each other. I do not. I think that's crazy if they are.
Everything. Right. That's true.
Right. Eric DeCosta, the GM of the team, had a great comment during that press conference. He said that first he said there's two different people we're dealing with, Lamar the player and Lamar the agent. We love Lamar the player. And he never commented on Lamar the agent, and nobody asked him about his feelings on Lamar the agent. But Lamar the agent's been the problem here. And he's getting help from his mother, and the NFLPA is involved, and there was a grievance filed for collusion because other teams aren't giving quarterbacks 5-year fully guaranteed contracts. And as time goes by, we're seeing that the Deshaun Watson deal was an outlier. And one of the benefits an agent would have for Lamar Jackson, the agent could explain to him, here's how Deshaun Watson got his 5-year fully guaranteed contract. He told the Texans, I'm never playing for you again, trade me. They blinked and said, okay, we'll trade you. Then they set up this competition where 4 different teams were all trying to get Lamar Jackson, or Deshaun Watson, excuse me. And then along the way, the first team out, the Browns, had alienated their in-house quarterback, Baker Mayfield, so they got desperate. They swung back around, and they made this huge offer, 5 years fully guaranteed. You've got to do a lot of things to engineer that outcome. You don't just sit back and wait for it. And that's one of the big flaws in not having an agent. It's more than just sending emails to the general manager back.
I hate this so much. I'm not going to lie to you. No, Mike, this is, and I'm going to tell Mike, this is how the NFL works. It's how it's always worked. Okay? And Mike is a smart guy. Mike Florio is a smart guy. The person who got paid, when the new person comes, becomes the second most paid at the quarterback position. I don't care about everything else. I don't care about, they alienated Baker Mayfield and he didn't want to play for the Texans anymore and this and that. I don't care about that. Okay? All right? I don't care about that. If I'm trying to sell something, okay, if I got a house, I'm trying to sell my house and my neighbor next door sold a house for, I don't know, $300,000 and they come to me and say, no, your house, even though it's the exact same house, even though actually, to be honest, your house is a little nicer because it has awards and the other house doesn't have any awards. Oh, also, there was illegal things happening at that house and nothing illegal happened in my house, but your house is worth $50,000 less. My house is better. How? Answer my question. How is his house selling for more when my house is better? When you can look at the stats on my house. When my house has played at least every year. Now my house gets injured sometimes, but at least he plays every year. Come on now. Let's be real. That's all I'm saying. Let's be real and let's be honest. I'm going to finish it, but I'm not happy about it.
Back and forth until you get a giant contract and you get 1, 2, 3% of it as your fee. It's setting up a strategy, working through difficult situations and coming up with a way to get that thing that the client wants, or reliably come to a conclusion that thing the client wants isn't available, so you got to take your next best option, whatever it may be. And not having an agent, I think, has really been the wrench in the gears here between the Ravens and Lamar Jackson.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel.
When Lamar gets paid, right? Lamar's going to get this money. So when he gets this money, I want the same person. I want Mike. I want someone to call Mike Florio up and say, "Hey, Mike, an agent's job is to get money. He got the money. What now?" I hope it's for the Ravens, but we got to take that into account. So, all right, guys, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks. Go Ravens.